technically, right, this is like the first big Phase 4 MCU push in terms of movies. Black Widow was before Infinity War, so that kind of doesn't count. And obviously we have the Disney Plus shows, but this is like the first big movie, and yeah, what a good way to start. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. If you've been subbed to the channel, you know I've been looking forward to this movie, man. I love the MCU so much, and to be honest, every single piece of content, featurettes, trailers, whatever they are, for Shang-Chi, I've enjoyed it. However, Black Widow didn't impress me as much as I wanted it to. It was kind of a letdown, so going into Shang-Chi, I kind of like braced myself, but this was a wicked movie, yo. Shang-Chi and his best friend Katie, they're living the best life, yo. Best friends, working together, they're loving it. And then your 1,000-year-old dad shows up and he means business. And he wants to speak to you. And then you have our movie. But in all seriousness, this is the Shang-Chi origin movie, and it's really good, man. It's really, really good. You know, we've had some, like, okay-ish origin movies in the MCU, and this is definitely, like, one of the best ones. Marvel have also incorporated a lot of Chinese martial arts into this movie, and it just works so well. I don't know what it is, man, but Marvel could just, like, do anything at this point in time, man. Just the martial arts in this, and for the story and just the culture and stuff, it's so good. It plays it out epic, man. A lot of people say, like, you know, Winter Soldier's a spy thriller movie. This is definitely like an Asian martial arts kind of movie in the MCU, and it works, man, epically. Basically, they're trying to stop Shang-Chi's dad. He has the 10 rings on his arms at all time, and it makes him OP as hell, man. There are actually a lot of spoilers in this movie, so I'm not going to say anything else story-wise, man. I enjoyed pretty much every single bit of the story. There are bits that were slow. I will talk about them at the end of the review. But the grand scheme of things in terms of the story, for me, very, very good. Easily one of the best in the MCU in terms of like an origin movie. But let's talk about the characters, man. It's pretty much Shang-Chi and Katie. They're together the whole movie, which I did not expect, but I'm grateful there are, man, because Shang-Chi's like this emotional, very serious martial artist. Then you've got the best friend. She's great, man. She's properly funny. A lot of comedy revolves like her character. To be honest, the whole cast of Shang-Chi nailed it. Everyone was great, and there are a few characters who are so annoying, but they're made to be annoying, so it wasn't anything to do with like bad acting or anything like that. But now, the big one, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so happy. If you're subbed to the channel, then you know I'm about the villain life, baby. I love movie villains, shows, games, whatever it is. If a film or whatever has a good villain, score goes up, man. I'm just about that life. And I am very happy to say that Shang-Chi's got easily one of the best villains across all of the MCU. The fact that it's his dad brings an element of like, it's just difficult to deal with, man, and you can feel it through the characters. His acting is unbelievable. He's extremely emotional, multiple layers. You feel for him, man, and that's the biggest thing. Thanos, Killmonger, Loki, you love them because you understand them, even if they're crazy, bro, and you just kind of get it on like some sort of a level. It's the same in here. Genuinely one of the best MCU villains. I'm so glad I can say that because Black Widow's villain, oh, now let's talk about, man, the visuals, the CGI, the fighting, all that good stuff. Now, this is very much an Asian culture movie. The fighting and the martial arts in the first quarter, so good, man. It is so good. A lot of it reminded me of, like, early Jackie Chan movies, and that's saying a lot, man, because you can tell the actors and actresses, they are doing the stunts, man, so big up them. And, of course, this is an MCU movie, man. It ain't gonna be the same without the high-octane, crazy action, and it nails it, man. Especially, like, the end of the movie. It is crazy good. Also, the visuals, very stunning. This does not look like any other MCU movie currently, and I really did appreciate that. All the CGI looked fresh. But now it is time to talk about the negatives, and there's only really two. First of all, and we know the MCU, man, there's a lot of comedy in these movies. I would say 80% of the comedy did make me laugh, or at least smile. But I would say easily like 20% borderline cringy, man. In fact, some bits of the comedy felt very forced. I just wish they'd like tone it down just a little bit. And my second like negative, and it is the biggest one for me, first like quarter of the movie is so good. The fighting, the martial arts, it is crazy, man. And then it transitions into family time. There is a lot of talking, a lot of backstory, a lot of explaining. The way this slowed down could have been this movie's undoing, man, straight up. However, I let it slide big time because the last 20 minutes, oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, the last 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, is so insane, bro. Do not worry, I ain't spoiling nothing. And to be honest, none of the trailers, nothing's giving anything away. It went full like fantasy mode and I loved it, man. I properly loved it. I did not expect it. I kind of was expecting your traditional like origin kind of ending, you know what I mean? Kind of went elsewhere. It just became this like big insane battle at the end and I really appreciated it, man. In fact, the ending and the fact that the villain is so good, easily the best bits of the movie. Ladies and gentlemen, this was another banger of an MCU movie. The story was great, the cast was fantastic, the villain, one of the best, man, genuinely. I really appreciated the martial arts. I really appreciated just the Asian tone throughout the movie. It just worked, man, really well. I did have issues with like the pacing and a little bit of the comedy was a little bit dead, but that third act just got rid of all that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give Shang-Chi 8.5 nerds out of 10. Also, the movie has 2 after credit scenes, and especially the middle one. Yo! Arguably one of the best after credit scenes across all of the MCU. They smashed the after credit scene. I was not expecting it to be that good. Also, the scene right at the end, it is good. It's not on the same level as that first one, but it is still pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen Shang-Chi? Are you going to see it? Whatever it is, man, let me know your opinion, yo, down below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you spending your time with your boy, and I'll see you in a bit.